Cal State University, Long Beach, chair of the organization US and the National Association of Kawaii Organizations. And of course, why he's here right now, he is the creator of Kwanzaa and the Nguzo Saba, and the author of the definitive book, Kwanzaa, a celebration of family, community, and culture. And we greet each other every day this week, as we've been doing, with the words Habari, Gani, which means what's the news. And so we greet him for giving us this holiday. We greet him in the same way. Habari, Gani, Dr. Maulana Karenga.
Kuumba, Reverend Masimela, and Habari, Gani to all other people who are listening and watching. We say, Heri za Kwanzaa, happy Kwanzaa. The sixth principle of Kwanzaa is Kuumba, creativity. And the text tells us that we are to do always as much as we can, in the way we can, in order to leave our community more beautiful and beneficial than we inherited. What a beautiful gift to us to ask ourselves, what are we to do? And it is to bring good into the world, to do as much as we can, in the way we can, in order to leave our community, and by extension, the world, more beautiful and beneficial than we inherited. This principle of creativity speaks in a larger sense, not only to our always striving to make our own community constantly better than and more beautiful and beneficial, but also to making the world better. This Kwanzaa, as always, we put forth the possibility of healing, repairing, renewing, and remaking the world, making it more beautiful and beneficial than we inherited. This we do in the spirit of the ancient African ethical imperative called Suruj Ta in ancient Egyptian language, right? And that means to repair, renew, and remake the world, making it more beautiful and beneficial than we inherited. Inherent in this concept is a call also to heal and repair ourselves and each other as well as the world, right? There's a dual thing here. And it comes right with Fanon. So we can cure ourselves of the wounds that have been inflicted on us by healing, repairing, and remaking the world. That is ending the pathological conditions imposed on us by oppression, right? So this is the real meaning of reparations for us in Kawaii. It's not just about receiving money, but about a larger struggle to achieve justice and liberation and the radical repairing we would do to ourselves, society, and the world in the process of struggle for justice. Reparation is to repair a grievous injury. The injury is a holocaust of enslavement and subsequent oppression, right? But I always say that we are wounded or injured physicians who have the capacity to heal ourselves. We do not deny that we were made victims, but we also say that we are physicians, right? That inherent in our capacity and the millennia of our history and the experience and knowledge that represents, that we are physicians and liberation soldiers that can, in fact, heal and repair, renew and remake ourselves in the process of repairing, renewing, and remaking the world. And so the concept of Suruj is rooted in the ethical teachings of our ancestors, that we constantly injure ourselves, each other, in the world as a whole. Not only by what we do wrong, Black people, but also by what we fail to do right. Moreover, the damage we do to each other in the world, like the good we do to and for ourselves, right? We have to realize that the human beings not only do damage to themselves, they at the same time damage the world. And when they damage the world responds back. That's the whole argument around climate change, right? I mean, we cannot injure the world without a reciprocal response. And so we're taught to walk gently on the world. First, we say, relate rightly, act justly, and walk gently in and for the world. We've got to first relate rightly, because everything depends upon our relation, not only with each other, but also with the world. And then we've got to act justly in our relationship. And we've got to walk gently. Don't leave such a footprint, an imprint on the world that it damages the world and future generations. And so the Odu Ifa teaches us, we again live in a world and web of interdependence. And it says, anyone, when we're doing good for the world, remember, anyone who does good does it for herself. And anyone who does evil does it to himself. Let me put it in the collective. Those who do good do it for themselves, and those who do evil do it to themselves. Lady Tyset of ancient Egypt said, do good then. Doing good is not difficult. In fact, just speaking good is a monument for those who do it. For those who do good for others are also doing it for themselves, for they are building the good world we all want and deserve to live in. And so we do damage to the world, ourselves, and each other in varied ways. We do damage when we fail to follow the best of our ethical and spiritual teaching, and instead use religion to disrespect and impose on others, to justify unjust wars, use religion to seize and occupy others' land, and to claim a special religious and racial status above and beyond all other peoples in the world. We do damage when we turn a blind eye to injustice, a deaf ear to truth, and an uncaring heart away from the suffering and pain around us and throughout the world. We do damage to the world when we make material gain the measure of all things, when we pollute and plunder and deplete and destroy the environment and undermine the basis for life on earth, and when we act in ways that dim and diminish the future of coming generations. Our ancestors, the ancient Egyptians, taught that we must think for eternity and plan for the future for those who come after us. We must leave them a legacy of good. Indeed, an ancient teacher in the Hosea says, I did good for my community. I spoke truth. I did justice, for I knew the value of doing good. It will be a storehouse for those who come after. And Queen Hatshepsut, Pharaoh Hatshepsut said, I added to what was formerly done, for I wanted it to be said by those who come afterward, how beautiful is this which has happened because of her. May all of us be able to lie down in service to each other and the world and be able to say, I did this good thing, and how beautiful, may they say of me, how beautiful this thing is that she or he has done. What a beautiful thing. And that is what Mary McLeod Bethune meant when she says, so live a life of service that even when you lie down in death, you stand tall on the platform of service.
Around here, it's Kwanzaa all the time. African people, Nguzo, Saba 365. Umoja, Kuji Chakalia, Ujima, Ujama, Nia, Kuumba, Imani. Kwanzaa, baby, yeah, that's what's up. Kwanzaa, baby, yeah, that's what's up. Around here, it's Kwanzaa all the time. African people, Nguzo, Saba 365. Umoja, Kuji Chakalia, Ujima, Ujama, Nia, Kuumba, Imani. Kwanzaa, baby, yeah, that's what's up.